Conte to leave Inter, no rest for Arteta, more Sancho details leaked to transfer roundup and today's Emoji Mondays, all coming up in the next few minutes as I am your host Matt Froelich, you are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. First up, and Antonio Conte could be on his way out of Inter Milan after just one season. This is after he gave a rather, frank interview to an Italian media outlet, basically saying that the board did not back him and he disagrees with quite a lot of things. This after he saw his side finish in second place and actually just 1 point behind champions Juventus as they won 2-0 at Atalanta. Now, since Conte's come in, he has completely changed the way that the club is basically viewed around Europe. They are seen as a big club now, not that they weren't before, but certainly bigger on the European stage. They're bringing in big players, they're bringing in fantastic signings, they've got great players already, they're playing brilliant football. So for the board to go and lose Conte after just one season would look pretty foolish on them. He was basically saying that the board didn't defend him or the players when they were being criticised by the media during rough points in the season, and he's had about enough. This also makes it very difficult for when he's going to go into the boardroom and ask for a hell of a lot of money in the upcoming transfer window. So the only reasonable solution is that he's going to end up leaving. Now, there are two main names who have been linked with the job. One of them is former Juventus coach Max Allegri, who currently is out of work, and the same goes for Mauricio Pochettino, who hasn't been in work since leaving Spurs at the beginning of this season. Now, both of them would provide good options, but I just think that Max Allegri is going to get the nod ahead of Pochettino. The former Spurs manager was speaking at the weekend about how he wasn't backed by his chairman. Seems to be a lot of that going on at the moment. We all know what it's like with Daniel Levy, and that any team who is worth their weight in the top 5 leagues would definitely interest the former Spurs man. But the whole reason that Conte apparently may decide to jump before he is pushed after that outburst as well is that Maurizio Sarri's position at Juventus isn't exactly secure after they lost for the first time at home in 40 Serie A games. Yes, he did bring them the title, but since then their form has kind of gone downhill, and if Sarri fails to get Juventus past Lyon in the round of 16 in the Champions League, he could be out. Conte could then go to Juventus and then Allegri go to Inter Milan. It's all a little bit confusing, but hopefully we'll have a bit more information in the upcoming days. Moving on though, and to a manager who's definitely going to keep his job, but he has definitely got a job on his hands. That is Mikel Arteta, fresh from celebrating winning Arsenal their 14th FA Cup at the weekend with a 2-1 victory over Chelsea. Arteta was forced immediately to talk about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He said that the striker who has 1 year left in his contract is someone that he wants to build the team around because he's such a talisman for the club. I mean, that was pretty evident after he scored both goals in the FA Cup final victory. Along with this, there have also been reports that Arteta said to open talks with Diego Carlos, the Sevilla centre-half, as he looks to improve his defence. Sign of a good manager, not resting on his laurels or celebrating a cup victory too much. There is lots of planning to be done for next season, and I think it's clear we see that in the Arsenal defence. I thought Tierney had a brilliant game, but for the rest of the defenders, Arsenal could definitely do with an improvement. Although, having said that, keeping Aubameyang is definitely near the top of their priority list as well. As for Chelsea, well, it's a disappointing end to the season, which has actually been a pretty good one for Frank Lampard. I see lots of people saying that Lampard hasn't actually taken Chelsea many steps forward. Considering it's his first season at the top level of English football, only his second season in management, he's guided the team on a transfer ban into the top 4 and to the FA Cup final. I think it's a pretty good season all round for him. But up next, and to a few more leaks from the potential Jadon Sancho transfer, and that is leaked details about how much Manchester United will be paying for the Dortmund man. It is 120 million euros, but not all at once. Apparently it's going to be around 70 million up front, then another 30, then another 20. And in all honesty, I'm so sick and tired of talking about Jadon Sancho. I just want him to move already. Just go. He's a great player. We know he's going to go to United. Apparently he's already agreed a contract, so just bloody move. God, it's taking so long. Anyway, you guys always want to keep updated, and we want to keep you the latest news here at Onefootball. So there you have it. Jadon Sancho's deal is getting ever closer, but moving at a snail's pace by the day. Oh, by the way, if that does happen, the replacement for Dortmund could be Memphis Depay. Lyon are now without European football for the first time this century because they lost to PSG in the cup final at the weekend on penalties. And well, they've got a lot to offer Memphis Depay. Dortmund, that is. So next up, and a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news, and former Leeds and Liverpool Australian legend Harry Kewell is back in football as the manager of Oldham Athletic. Hearts fullback Aaron Hickey has been interested in the likes of Aston Villa, Bologna and Bayern Munich. Barcelona president Josep Bartomeu has said that it is unfeasible that the club will be bringing Neymar back to the Camp Nou this summer. And lastly but not least, with one goal at the weekend, Ciro Immobile matched the record for most goals in a Serie A season with 36, and also saw that he won the European Golden Shoe. This is given to the player with the most goals, and the weight is determined by the quality of the league and of course how many they've scored. In fact, Ciro Immobile winning it means that he is the first player to win it that wasn't Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo or Luis Suarez since Diego Forlan won it in 2009. So next up, we take a quick look back on your Friday feels, where you guys left your footballing predictions for the weekend in the comment section down below. I did, on a quick side note, see a lot of you talk about the Championship player final between Fulham and Brentford. Of course, that isn't happening until tomorrow, that is Tuesday night. First off, and Christian Lopez guessed that PSG would win the Coupe de Liga, which they did on penalties. Inter Milan would finish second place, which that also happened as well, just 1 point behind Juventus, and that Ciro Immobile would score 1 goal, tying Higuain's record. CWKJ guessed that Arsenal would win 2-1 against Chelsea in the FA Cup final. And lastly but not least, the 30 guessed that PSG would beat Lyon, but on penalties. That's a pretty brave call considering all of PSG's attacking talent. So finally, we come to this week's Emoji Mondays. This is where we at Onefootball throw a couple of emojis down over some of the weekend's action. And first off, the best player for me goes to Odsonne Edouard. Celtic started their Scottish Premier League title defence and their aim of winning a 10th straight title with a 5-1 victory, and Edouard, who's been linked with so many summer moves away from the club, managed to bag a hat-trick. Next up, for the crazy moment, Spurs were linked to the Watford striker Troy Deeney. That is never going to happen, and it's absurd to think it even would do. And last but not least, the best result of the weekend was Arsenal beating Chelsea 2-1. As I mentioned, a fantastic victory for Arsenal, a 14th FA Cup, a brilliant start to life as a manager for Mikel Arteta, and yeah, for all Arsenal fans, it was just a great day. Not such a good day for Chelsea and Tottenham fans, but never mind that. So there you have it, that is all from me for today's daily news. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.